Alright guys, so before we start to review all the face, I think it would be nice to have the eyes painted so we can have a better direction on what really adjust, and if the model is already fitting into the likeness or not. I like to paint the iris and also the pupils and use some type plastic material so we can start to see someone in the model alive. So I've made some tests. I like to paint this uh, this lacrimal in this kind of reddish color, and I also made a test, very fast one with another eyes. So let me just, yeah, still not that good because I really make this really fast, but yeah, we can see and make a test again. So let me start from the zero, and let's start by selecting our eyeballs model. Right, we have this size. I think we could have it just a little bit less big. Let's turn on the local symmetry. Yeah, usually I like to have my eyeball size like getting this distance on the eyes, on the draw of the eyes, and yeah, I think that's good. And we can start by trying to paint the same space that we have. I will at first use the symmetry, but I will follow first this eye here, his right eye and the left eye in the image, right? So let's see. Here I actually added some simple 3D sphere from Zbrush, and at first I'm gonna start to subdivide it sometimes, and with the masking I like to use the normal standard brush. With masking I'm gonna try to find this kind of drawing first. I'll try to make a mask like in this circle in this size. So I will try to pay attention not only on the circle size, but also in these negative spaces that I will have here. Okay, so pay attention on this negative space and when doing this circular size, circular form. I think maybe one more time, maybe. Yeah, you should have enough density on the sphere, so you can be able to after draw some details like that, but you can always subdivide it one more time after. But at first, let's start by doing this. Oh wait, let me turn on that. Yeah, good. Yeah, the key QY press software, so you guys can check what I'm using there. Good. So with normal mask pen brush, I can go further masking. I think that can be even bigger on this size here, on this side, and it looks like a pretty big eye, iris, and in relation of the rest of the eyes. Maybe even more, a little bit. And after can also change a little bit the shape of the eyes. And note that now I will just correct the shape, but as it's just poly paint, not everything realistic for the render and all those realistic aspects for the eyes right now. It's just for getting the right model on likeness. You're just gonna pay attention on the circularity of this. And also, as this part will be hidden, I don't need to really care about too much. But once you mask it this way, what you can do is invert your mask, and yeah, let's start maybe with this. We invert our mask and let's use some color on like the base color, the mid color. You can see that here we're gonna have some mid color, some lighter color, and some darker color, and also the effect of shadows and some other things that we're gonna fake in paint. But at first, let's start with this bluish color. Yeah, I like this one. And then you can go over color, and here, oh wait, oh no, we lost that. You can go over color and then few objects, this button here. I also set a hotkey for G button in mine. Good. And then right in the middle, we can already do a pupil. But actually, let me, I almost forgot. If we remove here the polypaint color, let's turn it white here so we can see. I'm gonna use a move brush here. My topological is activated, we don't need it. I'm gonna use my move brush, and looking from bottom or sides, doesn't matter, or top, you're gonna grab this a little bit like so, and then just move it. You can also blur this mask a little bit. Yeah. Or even invert your mask. You can, in my case, Alt E, I set a hotkey, or you can click on background and it gonna invert your mask, and then you can smooth the form once again, like this. And let's turn on again the colors. Yeah, the polypaint. This button, it turns on and off your polypaint, and you can also see this in this button, colorize. In my case, I have this masking. I still have the masking here, so I can disable my view masking and enable once again. You can invert your mask here. You can set a hotkey for these buttons. Also, in my case, Control F, I set hotkey for that, and also I set a hotkey for colorize, so I can easily turn on my polypaint or turn off. I'm not sure if I said we are using the polypaint, and also when using polypaint, I'm using the standard brush with the Z-add mode disabled. I like to turn off the Z-add and turn on this RGB. So if not, by default your your standard brush comes like this, right? So once you enable the RGB mode, it will start to paint with your selected color. If you paint like this, it will paint, but it also adds the volume, right? If you turn off polypaint, you're gonna see that you have worked with a normal brush. So Control Z and Control Z again. So once you disable this Z-add mode, it's gonna just paint, and also it can work for every brush, not only for move brush. It won't do anything with the RGB mode, but all the rest, I think it's you can paint just turning on the RGB mode and turn off the Z-add or Z-sub, and doesn't matter. So turn off the Z-add, turn on the RGB mode, and then you can use that color and fill object. This will makes everything that you have unmasked in the color. It will fuse the color that you selected. So yeah, the first step, doesn't matter actually the order. We just need to have this nice circumference on the iris region of the eyes. And for the measurement, I'm following the lines, the space as we mark it there. with drawing, but you can clearly see that I'm almost, fit my eyeballs in the eyes, the eye drawing, the eyes drawing here with the lacrimal, right? And also one measurement that you can try to check is if this distance will be like in relation to the eyeball size. If this is x, this will be x divided by 2. So the half size on here is half size of this one. Alright, so you can always imagine like trying to have the same size like here and here, or almost the same. As I said, this is not rendering, so we don't need to be really precise, but it's nice because it's not good to have on eyes like this size for the iris, or also this size, so big like that, because it will make a wrong curvature, right? And once you have a wrong curvature, you can have also wrong curvature on the eyelids and everything. Here we're gonna need to correct the eyelids thickness and everything but we can work on it later on. But at the moment, let's continue with that. So let me undo until we have this masking. Let me see. Yeah, I already have the model painted all in white for this eyeball, but if you change the color and all your model works like this, it changes all the color for the whole model, you need to first paint the model in a specific color, like select pure white, or even a little bit a little bit gray like this, or not so much. Yeah. And also the first thing before everything, it's nice to paint your eyes with the type plastic. Type plastic is a material. It's a default material that you can find it here on standard materials, and in my case it's located here, type plastic. So you can clearly see that type plastic, the basic shader, it doesn't have enough specular or brightness for doing an eyes. So once you select type plastic, you're gonna be able to see this nice little specular and little and bright and really defined specular. So our really first step will be use the type plastic material for the eyes, and then let me check it here. Type plastic, then you're gonna select this button here. You're gonna enable just the the M, not the RGB, because M, it means material, right? So once you do the fill color, or I can brush, no, color, and then fill color. Then you're gonna have the model all anti-plastic. 2 pure white, or little gray with RGB. This M mode and RGB. Yeah. And 3 circle mask for the iris. Remember, half eyes size, almost. Okay,